Howdy, howdy, everybody. The wait is finally over. Alpha Access has finally been released. Well, closed Alpha Access has finally been released. We are actually able to get hands-on, real gameplay of the game, and it is very exciting. I have seen a lot of mixed feedback, a lot of skeptical feedback, and a lot of good feedback. Really, a little bit of negative feedback as well, which is okay, and that's normal. But I'm definitely really excited, and congratulations to the Bungie team for getting this game out into a closed alpha state. Definitely huge progress, and I'm definitely excited to get my hands on this game when it's a final product. As of right now, the closed alpha access, again, is closed alpha. So if you want to get into this alpha access, all you need to do is join the Marathon Discord, which you can do at bungie.net. Once you do that, you'll look at the Marathon page, join the Discord for Marathon, do it, and any text chat, once you're in there, do /alpha. Then once you get that, you'll be sent a link, and then that link will direct you to a survey. You'll complete that survey. It'll ask for like your PC hardware, how many times you play games a week, stuff like that. Very simple, basic questions in regards to the game. So once you do that, all we have to do is just wait. And while you're waiting, you may not receive an email, but you may check your Bungie account that's linked to the survey. There is a chance for you to actually just receive the code there to play the game. So you may not even need to check your email. They just may straight up just give you it based on your actual Bungie account. You'll just have to check it from there. So definitely exciting. So today what we're just going to cover is just congratulations again to the Bungie team for getting this out there. So what we're just going to really be covering is just the basic gameplay. This is gameplay footage from the dev team. We have Joe actually playing us. He's answering some questions, and he answers a lot of interesting things. He doesn't really go in too deep about some stuff. He's more there just kind of showcasing the game and just playing it and having a good time, which is totally fine. But as of right now, he's very minimal on the questions. He definitely does answer the best that he can. So one thing that stuck out to me the most that he answered was the well, actually, before I get there, he likes to show off the knife a lot. And one thing that someone asked was, are we going to have customizable knives? Kind of like, not like CSGO, but but more like Fragpunk or Apex. Yeah, there we go. Kind of like just a customizable knife situation. So I think that'd be very cool. I can definitely see customizable knives being into the game. Now, this isn't something they're focused on at the moment, hence why he was like, we're looking into it, but it's not like a priority, which is totally expected. I don't see this knife being a priority, but it's definitely really cool thinking of having customizable weapons, knives. Hopefully, we get to see something like that within the near future, because I know customization is a huge priority in the community that we want for this game. I know in my priority list book of Marathon, I want to see customization in this game more than anything. But of course, I want the game to be polished and finalized before we actually get customization. So hopefully we get more questions and answers on that later within the near future. So I'm really excited to see what type of customization Bungie will be giving us for Marathon. So moving on, another few things I wanted to kind of go over within the closed alpha access. A lot of people and content creators have said that the game is very boring. Now, do I agree with them? 50-50. Okay, a few things that I've said in my previous videos. I don't regret anything I've said. Let me get that very clear. But I definitely try to steer away from the funability of gameplay. That's not a real word, but you know what I'm trying to say. Because I have not had gameplay experience, so it's hard for me to kind of talk about gameplay. But as I'm watching this, I notice that my attention span and my reactiveness to the game is more aware than some videos I watch. Maybe because it's just new, maybe because it's bright and colorful, but there's definitely something psychologically in this game that definitely has me hooked. And maybe it is the visuals and the color. Maybe that is something that kind of, heightens me to it. But I'm definitely more focused into this game than a lot of others. And that leads me, and the reason why I'm kind of stretching this out is because I'm able to determine, is this boring or is it not? I'm enjoying watching gameplay. I can watch this dude's gameplay for quite a bit. I'm having a great time watching it and looking at it and hearing people's reviews. It's definitely interesting. Now, I totally understand why content creators are saying it's boring. Mainly because I've seen a lot more PvE than I have seen PvP. And for a game that primarily focuses on PvP, I feel like that is going to be Marathon's biggest downfall is the actual okay, identity of the game. It's okay, what exactly are we? Are we PvP or are we PvE? And if we're both, how do we balance that? In my last video, I talked about how Tarkov and Marathon shouldn't compete, but they should work together, not, BSG and Bungie working together, not like that. I'm saying the community should bounce ideas back and forth within each other to better the games. Because ultimately, Bungie doesn't, I don't think Bungie strives on competition. I think they'll strive on teamwork and effort. Because Bungie always has had some type of development team behind them or in front of them, where Sony is kind of taking more of a lead in the actual Bungie studio themselves. So I feel like Bungie has been just kind of like an afterburner while Sony has been like, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. Well, that's a whole nother topic for another video. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I feel like, yes, the game can be boring for some. Is it boring to me? No, because this is something that I enjoy. But would this be boring to the average gamer? Absolutely. I can totally see this being something that's boring to the average gamer. Now, I'm not here to call anyone out or to start arguments, but the average gamer of 2025 mostly is playing Call of Duty or Fortnite, Apex, games in that genre. That's a quick, easy pickup, not this long, rushed, slow-paced type style of game. And Marathon is that game. It is not for the average gamer. And that's okay. And that's something that people really need to understand, is that this is not for the average person, nor is it for the average gamer. And that's totally okay. And we need to learn to respect that, because if you're not interested into the game, there is plenty of games out there for you. You don't need to subject yourself to this one game. Yes, it looks cool, and you can sit there and say it looks cool, but if you don't like the gameplay, then just simply move on. It's very, very simple. So I really feel, and I've said this in multiple of my videos, that if you don't like the game, just move on. I don't like certain games, and I stay away from them because I don't like them. I don't resonate with them. There's nothing for me there. Marathon has something for me because I play games like this and I enjoy it. Now, this does bring back to another conversation I had with a few Tarkov players. A lot of people who've played Tarkov and extraction games saying, okay, Marathon is still insanely boring compared to Tarkov and Hunt Showdown and other games like that. So for that, honestly, I really feel like that's personal preference. I really feel that that is something that's what you personally align yourself with. Now, again, Marathon is not for everyone. It's not going to be the game for you. Do I think it's boring in nature? No. Do I think it has room for improvement? Yes. Do I think that this game is perfect right now? Absolutely not. I see a lot of flaws in this game. And one thing that I've said before, if they cannot balance PvP and PvE, then this game will be a disaster. And I do mean that sincerely. And most of my videos, you guys are, I've seen like, oh, you're just gassing Bungie up, the dick riding is insane. I mean, dude, I'm not going to say you're wrong. But at this point, yeah, if the PvP and the PvE does not get balanced, the game will fail. Absolutely. So that's just a few of my takes on this alpha access. That's one of my biggest takeaway, is that if the PvP PvE does not get better and there isn't a balance between the UESC and the actual player, then there's an issue with that. As long as they can find a balance with that, I think that would increase the fun factor and increase the survivability and also increase the actual adrenaline that you get in these games. So hopefully we are able to Bungie can actually learn to wean that out. But that's really all I have for today, guys. There's really not too much to cover. Closed alpha is live, so go ahead and try to sign up for it. Hopefully you guys get access to it, and I hope you guys see you in Town City. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Toodles.